Hello, my loves. Um, Nikki here. I've been finding the time to come in and start to begin this discussion, and just invite you to join me, and let's see it as an exploration. The topic I wanted to talk about today was personal responsibility, because it's a real biggie in terms of how do we begin to, what does it even mean? And how do we begin to take personal responsibility and become the creative beings that we are? So there's one thing I'm going to share, and everything around me as the universe orchestrates in its divine perfection, the circumstances through which I can give example to this. And hopefully this will resonate in your own lives. So yesterday, over the course of the weekend, I facilitated a Healing for the Healers weekend. So a version of a kind of Reiki share, but a beautiful space where we held sacred circle, created a beautiful mandala of crystals and flowers, and beautiful people came together to share, to drop into the heart space. And what was created was what I would call sacred space. So a place where we can breathe, a place where we can drop in, a place where we can come into center, and a place where we can come into union with ourselves. And this, when I say union within ourselves, I'm talking about the divine union that is our spirit, our essence, our being, that moves through the body, that moves through the essence, that integrates into the being space of all that we are in the physical. And there was so much came up through the weekend, bits of information and inspiration and themes and so on. And one of these themes is personal mastery. And this sense of personal responsibility really is personal mastery. So if we just drop back a moment into the premise that we are becoming divine human, that we are in a process of awakening, of ascension, of remembering that we are spiritual beings, eternal in physical form, living a human experience. And it's not to negate in any shape or form the human experience, because this is the gift, this is the magic, this is the alchemy that really creates more than what's the gestalt, more than the sum of its parts. So it is through the bodies, through our DNA, that we activate these spiritual gifts, and that we sense and we feel and we become attuned and we awaken our intuition and so on. So not the whole point, but a large part of this inner journey is the embodiment of the divine, the recognition of the divine that is here now, that is us as human form, that has a direct connection to source, God, creator, of all that is, creator, sourceful unity, is in here because we are part of that living, breathing, moving life force. So to bring it back to personal responsibility, there's so many themes and topics that I can move through as we talk about this. But the first thing I wanted to share, and the synchronicity that the universe is offering right now is perfect, is where we place our attention. So our dear friend Katie plays the most divine singing bowls, and part of our experience on this weekend was to really fully open our hearts to receiving and to feel the frequency, the subtle energies moving through our bodies and so on. And the bowls are just divine. They lead you on a journey. And I described it a little bit like a slipstream, where I was, more than my physical experience, and moving into divine joy, light, bliss, feeling parts of my body that were holding distortion or heaviness, which we all have. And then I could hear this tick, 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 tick of the clock, which was keeping us pinned to this 3D linear time. So we had synchronicity of running in parallel, the time, the linear time, the 3D reality keeping us here. And then we have this beautiful divine slipstream into higher states of consciousness running. And as I'm lying there, I become aware of this parallel experience, and allowing the journey was this kind of personal mastery and personal responsibility. You know, do I go remove the clock? Do I take it out of the way so it's not distracting everybody? Or do we be with what is in its divine perfection and take it as the learning, as the initiation, and allow myself to not be bothered by, not be pulled into, not be distracted by this the dimensional linear time, and allow myself to experience something that is more expansive. And so I thought, right, I've got 20 minutes literally. I'm going to nip up here quickly before my next client comes. And I'm going to speak to this sense of personal mastery about where we choose to, and it's responsibility, taking responsibility for where we place our attention, where we place our focus, and be able to bring ourselves into, making the choice point, if you like, in terms of where we place our focus, because what we focus on grows and we manifest and we create from that space of where we draw our attention and the resonance and the feelings that we have inside our own bodies. So I've come up here quickly, like right now's the time. As soon as I've sat down to the computer, you can hear in the background, the building works have started and the engine's ticking up just on the lane behind me. So here we are. And this is my challenge to myself. And so I invite this as an experience for you to tap into and feel into when and particularly with this alignment, we've got this new moon today. I'm not sure if this video will come out today, but we've got this new moon, which is, this planting of these new beginnings. We're seeding something beautiful to move into March with the energies and the Saturn alignment. We've got potential to really start to anchor and to create and to manifest, these beautiful, dreamy desires that we've been working on in the background for some time. So our time is now, and yet, of course, we're going to get distraction. We're going to be pulled. We're not going to be pulled. We have a choice. And that's what I'm wanting to speak to today. So taking personal responsibility for where you place your attention. And I'm going to leave it at that for now. I'll come back because there's so much about personal responsibility, largely for your emotions, but I don't quite have time to go into that today. But understanding when you take personal responsibility for your consciousness, your vibration, your awareness, where you place your mind, what you decide it is that you want to create and to access and be in your creative energy and flow, then that is personal mastery. So with that, I'm going to pull us one quick card and speak to that. But let's see. So regards personal mastery, it's come straight up. We've got the gratitude card. So heart chakra, gratitude card, and gratitude brings us into the energy of having. What are we grateful for? Which is taking me straight to the abundance that is within. So your abundance is you. It's your vessel. It's your real estate. It's your deep within. It's your divine spark, your light, your infinite potential that exists inside of you, not outside over there, or once you've done something or once you've achieved something. We've been working for years to now on the groundwork, on the legwork. So how can you come in to be into this energy of gratitude? Again, personal responsibility for recognizing what is working, what is in flow, what do you have that you're grateful for, so that you can be in that slipstream, in that vibration of everything's working out perfect for me. And it goes quiet. and the joy of stillness. Everything's working perfectly. How can things work out better than expected? I'm so excited to be following this thread of interest, inquiry, desire. And let's start weaving that golden web of light, because it's now. We know coming through March, there's going to be a lot of distraction. There's going to be a lot pulling us. And for those of you who are here listening to this, you're here because you're part of creating the new earth, the highest timeline for humanity, the organic timeline for humanity. So it's time for us to weave that golden web and make it beautiful and deal with whatever we need to do as we comes up, because that's taking personal responsibility for our own vibration. So all of our triggers, our distortions that we're carrying within us, and that's liberating, because then we can change that. And I can talk to that about how we can do that another time. But for now, let's stay with the energy of gratitude. There is the gratitude journal, there is the going to bed and the waking up with thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for this experience. Thank you that we're in this together. Thank you that we're finding each other. Thank you that the energy is building, and let's create heaven on Mother Earth. See you next time.